mentioned in earlier videos this week that I was reading the JSA compendium. Oh my gosh, a 1,400-page monster. I hate books this big. I really do. I wish they'd split them in half. I think it'd be easier. Now, of course, at a $60 price tag, and if look, you can get it on Amazon for $40 for that many pages. You can't beat that, though. It's pretty good. And it's a lot of comic book reading. I'm about halfway through it right now, and that's why I was kind of making that, like, I'd rather have it in 2 or 3 books because you can't really hold these up. And I hate putting it on a table or having to do that. It's really a lot more of a pain in the ass. I like to lay down and read. I don't know about you. I like to lay down, hold it over my head, and prop myself up on a pillow and read. That's like my favorite. Or sit on a couch and read. And that means holding a book up. And so these things are never my favorite, just as a deal. But again, I couldn't beat this price point, so I decided to grab this. And I knew about some of this back in the day. Geoff Johns did a JSA run that went for a long, long time, and it's hailed as pretty good stuff. Now, unfortunately, what they've done to these characters like Alan Scott and Hawkgirl in recent days in DC Comics has just been such a train wreck. It just reminds you of what they took from you. If you don't know, they turned Alan Scott Green Lantern into this gigolo, doc trolling homosexual. They turned Hawkgirl into a lesbian. I mean, it's just been such a sad state of DC Comics what they've done to these characters. But back in the late 90s, they brought these characters back after a while. These characters came from, of course, the golden age of DC Comics, which was a bunch of different companies back then. And they decided to bring them up to the modern era. And it was pretty cool. And the way they did that was really, really creative and interesting, which I've gotten to so far. So where I'm at right now in the reading is I've read the first beginnings of it, read Day of Judgment, the event that Geoff Johns did. And then I read up to JSA, I think, number 7, and then some of the side comics that were thrown into this as well. Interesting stuff. So let's get into this. Hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things comics here. I know it's not a drama video. Get over it. I like talking comics, my friends. That's what we do here. And I know it won't get as many views, but you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to go and attack other YouTubers just because people don't watch comic reviews. But yes, I am a comic creator myself. I would love for you to sign up for my newsletter if you like my thoughts on storytelling. It's in the description below. You get 3 free books for doing so, including my superhero graphic novel, Flying Sparks. And I think if you like the old JSA stuff, if you like classic style comics, you're really going to dig my work. This is a good spot for you to be. I've got 9 graphic novels in development right now, and it's a good spot again, because we have a lot going on, and we're building a ton of stuff. So super prolific. It's good to be a JDA fan. It really is. Come in, hang out, join the Discord, join my newsletter. Really appreciate everybody who's here. So yeah, let's talk about this. So it starts out with this adventure comics, all-star comics, which are all-American comics, etc. And they all have, of course, number 1 issues, which draws everybody in. And the concept of this with All-Star Comics, which bookends all of it, number 1, and then it slides into all these split teams, and then it goes back into number 2. The high concept of this was reintroducing the characters of yore. And so you learn about all these characters, about Wildcat, you get why am I blanking on that? You get Hawkman, you get the Star-Spangled Kid, you get the Old Flash, Jay Garrick, you get Starman, you get the Atom, a bunch of characters through. There's a ton of them. And it reintroduces them all. Chris Roberson actually was the one who not Chris Roberson, James Robinson, was the one who wrote this one. And he was writing Starman. If you guys have not read his Starman in the 90s, he brought back Starman first. That happens in this compendium here. And with that, that kind of revitalized interest in it. And I think that's why DC Comics went to try to bring back the full JSA at that point. And so there's this evil being who wants to erase all of the people in reality, and he's got his own 7 apocalyptic horsemen type of people who he's got out there. And so what happens is they defeat him, and then they split up into teams to go hunt down his minions, and then they come back together for the big fight in All-Star Comics number 2. Very well split up and done. I mean, what a nicely organized event right there. And very fun stuff, and you get some cool stuff. Chuck Dixon actually did one of the breakdown ones in this. I think he did the Wildcat one, if I recall. And Geoff Johns did one. You get a couple other people doing them too. So you get some good talent on these books that are doing these breakdowns. It's a superhero pairing in each single one, and the superhero pairs then take down one of his henchmen and then get brought back in to the main fight at the end of it. So excellent event right there. What a great start to an event. And then the JSA begins in earnest. They announce they're back. They have like a 4-issue run where they fight against a threat. They have a 5th issue where they kind of react to that, and then it gets into the Day of Judgment event. And the Day of Judgment event is a full DC Comics event with all the characters out there. You got all the magical characters. You got Batman, Superman. You got the JSA. And what this ends up doing is it sets up the Spectre, a classic DC character as well. And Hal Jordan becomes the Spectre is this one. And Hal Jordan's run as the Spectre for a while was excellent. This was a lot of fun. I remember this back in the day, like the Hal Jordan situation was really interesting because they were pushing Kyle Rayner as the new Green Lantern. Hal Jordan became Parallax, a bad guy for a bit, and just went way insane and off the rails. And it was a fun time for the Green Lantern up until Geoff Johns, of course, brings back Hal Jordan as the Green Lantern later, which is another fun era. Geoff Johns just like crushes it for DC Comics, doesn't he? Like, has he ever whiffed? Is there a single point in any Geoff Johns anything where he's missed? I don't think there is, which is rare for writers. So Geoff Johns really does a great job with his event here. And of course, they go through heaven, they go through hell. They talk to Jim Corrigan's soul, the original Spectre. They go into purgatory. Really interesting how they like really take the Christian concepts of eternity into this and actually like make it canon in the DC universe, which I was like, yes, this is cool. So really fun stuff right there before we get back into the JSA again. And we start learning about stuff through here. Now, there's a Martian Manhunter storyline where they actually have to go to Apocalypse and deal with Darkseid and the like, where Star Spangled Kid actually gets the new one, the gal, gets her soul taken, and Martian Manhunter helps to get them back. And that's kind of where I'm at left right now after reading. So this is a great setup so far for these characters. You get just enough backstory to kind of know where they're at and the like. Hourman is probably the most interesting character out of all of them in it so far. And the concept of Hourman's so stupid to begin with. I mean, Golden Age concepts are weird. And it's like, oh, you take a pill and you get superpowers for 1 hour, and you can only use that for 1 hour a day. Oh, okay. And then it goes away. Well, it gets even weirder. Like this like new iteration is so weird. Like there's like robots in the future who like worship him, and so they like kind of have his memories and they make themselves into Hourmans as well. And that's really cool as well. So I'm halfway through this, like I said, and I think it's fantastic. This is really good reading for DC Comics. You get a lot of cool stuff from the Golden Age brought back and done right. And this is how you do things right and how you build like a next generation even, because half the new JSA is like a next generation, half of it's the old characters. This is how it's done right without just like pushing heavily identity politics crap into things like they do these days. So really well done. And it does, once you get through this, I believe there's going to be 3 volumes of this because I think there were 3 volumes of the omnibuses. And once you get through that, like you have a beautiful amount of reading here. Really unfortunate what they do to a lot of these characters, like in the modern times. But you just got to ignore it because you just got to not read the new stuff because you got to treat it like it is. Ever since Rebirth really happened, maybe even part of the New 52. Just consider what they're doing fan fiction now, and poor fan fiction at that. Just because they have the license and they have the, quote, corporate authority does not mean they're real storytellers. The real storytellers are James Robinson, Geoff Johns, David Goyers, Peter David. These guys knew what they were doing. These were professionals, and it's good stuff. So, 9 out of 10 from me from the first half of this omnibus. I don't know that I'm going to review the second. I'm going to read it, but just letting you guys know about it. And thanks for being here. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this. And please join my newsletter in the description below. Really appreciate you guys for being here. We'll be back soon.